Batman Arkham City came out in 2011 and somehow is still better than every single superhero game that has ever released. Not just because of its outrageous storyline, not because of its truly beautiful combat, but this game takes everything combined and genuinely makes you feel like you are Batman. I got this game when I was 5 years old and it genuinely changed my life. Arkham Knight may be way more advanced in mostly every aspect, but I'll talk about why this game is way above Knight without having its features, because some are just way too much. I wouldn't say Arkham City has the most iconic atmosphere in the series, with Arkham Asylum taking that spot, literally making a horror game out of Batman. I'm going off topic, but I love Arkham Asylum. The streets are flooded with inmates. I mean, it's quite literally Arkham City. A prison full of prisoners in a cut-off portion of Gotham. It's dirty, it's freezing cold, and it feels hopeless, and that's exactly why it feels like it's Gotham. Every corner has someone talking about the freaking Bat. The dialogue is actually pretty interesting. You can even hear some of the inmates talk about Arkham Asylum. The world does not feel empty at all. It feels really alive, unlike the Joker. Spider-Man might have its satisfying swing, but my man has no superpowers and can glide across the whole map with just the cape on his back. This game introduced the grappling boost, which is unlocked after completing the first set of AR training missions and makes gliding around so much more satisfying and faster. This game also introduced the dive bomb. Pairing these two feels perfect. Batman does not feel slow, he feels exactly how Batman should move.
You left me to die. You left me to die. You left me to die.
This game features free flow combat. Free flow combat has been used in Spider-Man. Even Lord of the Rings Shadow of Mordor used the same free flow combat as the Arkham games, but Arkham still does it the best. I honestly wasn't educated on the combos of combat until I was about 10. I played through City probably 20 times before I learned about combos. I was an insane person, but now it's the most useful and satisfying combat mechanic. You can either take one person down in combat or use it on all the down enemies with your sharp, pointy batarangs that somehow don't kill them. This game's combat makes you feel like you are Batman, which in some ways Arkham Knight takes that away with the new gadget wheel that pauses the game, and it honestly breaks the illusion switching between gadgets during a fight. The new detective mode button placement really bothers me when I'm playing on controller. It was replaced with the Batmobile button, which I think is way more worthy of a D-pad button since how little you use the Batmobile during combat or Predator maps. And another thing is that Arkham Knight makes Batman rely on the Batmobile for nearly everything, and you can't even use the DLC Batmobiles during the story mode because they're not optimized to have the battle mode. It's just so clunky, and I wish that they made Batman way less dependent on it since he did Origins, Shadow, Asylum, and City all without a Batmobile in use.
No way. Yeah, how the hell would Batman be able to get to the museum? That place is locked outside of my mother on prom night.
Arkham City's story is simple but the most lovable to me. It's a walled-off part of Gotham ran by villains. Joker is dying while Hugo Strange is planning to basically, quote-unquote, fix Gotham by destroying Arkham City, and plot twist, Joker infects Batman with his blood and causes him to also now be dying. The pacing is perfect. There's absolutely no filter, I genuinely believe. And nothing is boring ever. Every scene feels like it matters. Besides Catwoman's DLC, that you're forced to play in the main story. I do not like her transversal at all. Joker's character was so good that in 2011 he was the winner of Best Character of the Year by the VMAs.
Finally came to your senses. What was it? No one else famous on the list. Scared of what I'll do? Let's see. I'd like to thank... who is it? Oh, yes. Me! Well, I don't suppose I'll be needing that anymore, will I? Oops. Spoilers.
Mark Hamill's performance was insane, creating a truly unforgettable Joker, and he was in the spotlight in every scene he was in. An insane plot twist at the beginning with an even crazier and harder hitting end. It was truly unforgettable. Arkham City has some of the best side missions, and not because they're long, but because they matter. These missions are not filler. They're mini Batman stories happening at the same time as the main plot. Zaz used to horrify me when I was little. Every time I heard a phone ringing, he just brought an extremely creepy vibe into the whole atmosphere since I never wanted to answer his phones and risk him murdering an innocent person. And Deadshot's mission actually makes you piece together crime scenes like you're the world's greatest detective instead of just following a marker. Azrael appears on rooftops like a prophecy's waiting to happen. My favorite one was the identity theft side mission that slowly reveals one of the darkest twists in the entire game.
Bruce Wayne? It took time, of course, to find the perfect donors, to graft on the flesh, and finally to lose myself in order to create this. 6 people died. Unfortunate, but necessary to complete my plan. Why would you believe good old-fashioned revenge? To be honest, I don't care if you do. Wayne will suffer, and you will not stop me.
Arkham City doesn't just have good boss fights, it genuinely has some of the most creative boss fights in any superhero game, and each one feels different from the last. Grundy was a giant horror set piece that felt straight out of an old school Batman comic and was literally resurrected by Penguin multiple times and still couldn't beat the freaking Bat. Somehow he went through this, but Harley Quinn was too much. The Ra's al Ghul fight pulls you into a hallucination where the combat turns surreal and very cinematic, and was so good that some of the combat used in the fight was even reused in Arkham Origins during the Deathstroke fight. Clayface is huge, dramatic, and unforgettable. It's like a final showdown from a movie. Kind of ironic, the setting. But the real masterpiece is the Mr. Freeze fight. This fight is still talked about today because it breaks every rule. You can't repeat a single takedown. He adapts to everything you do. This fight forces you to think like Batman, and this might be one of the best boss fights ever made. Arkham City isn't just a great game, it's the complete Batman experience. The perfect atmosphere, perfect movement, perfect combat, perfect story, 10 out of 10. And that's why almost 15 years later, no superhero game has taken its crown.
No way.
Yeah, how the hell would Batman be able to get into the museum? That place is locked down tighter than my mother on prom night.
What the hell does that mean?
You don't want to know.
Yeah, I do. Me too.
We've got more important things to be dealing with, like, what are we gonna do if Batman's taken down the Penguin?
Maybe we could go see your mother.
Don't even go there.
I think we touched a raw nerve there. What's the deal? Is your mommy the town bike?
No.
I bet she is.
If you must know, on her prom night she got a little drunk.
I told you.
She got a little drunk and killed her classmates. Butchered them all with a potato peeler.
What?
So on prom night, we try to make sure she's tied down. You happy?
I guess.